file an email. I sent it to the same one that's on the bar, the Annabelle Law or something like that at Gmail. So that's my email address, and I've included a couple of emails that they can't produce. I mean, like that's what's got them all riled up. That I've nailed them with this body cam or with the audit logs for the body cam, and I also included in that one of those emails the body cam that I do have, and you can see a timeline on that. You can see that they're missing. It's like they turn off and on the body cam, but I've got enough of it, and I've also got the Lynn Haven people over there. Florida Highway Patrol is who started this whole thing, because that's what I had suspected for a long time. Is that my cousin? That they've enlisted my cousin, who's kind of or was high up at the Florida Highway Patrol. Anyway, that's the guy. That's who started it, and they won't produce they trimmed off like 11 minutes off the CAD notes. You can see that the initial call was at 9:16, and their body cam turns on at like 9:30, and that's not the best part. The best part is in Lynn Haven, where they just. Okay, I'm sorry, or you're probably not even following because you don't even know the thing what's alleged yet. So maybe maybe I should just shut up for a second and let you talk, or do you want me to keep going? I can tell you the best part is that I have the Lynn Haven police over there in their own interview, like it was them coming out after a strong arm robbery, which you're going to also be able to listen to, where my stepfather and my mother were, like my stepfather was, he was a wrestler in college, and you can hear me being choked out. I mean, it was a harrowing experience. I thought it was going to be murdered, for Christ's sake. But when you see the dollar amounts on this stuff, that you'll see why. I mean, it's like, you can see the first, like the week that I gave it to my former partner, former childhood friend, let him look at it. And, we were partners. So 525 million came through the Canadian pension fund. And the guys out there in Colorado, they can't produce an email. Like this is how I've nailed them. It's because of my damn CPA. I know how to do auditing. And I've done a forensic audit. They can't produce any communications with their developer. Okay, they can't produce an email because you can't backdate an email. Okay, that's one thing. They can't show any source code, like up in version control source code. They can't produce it, and they can't show me any cash expenditures. And even better than all that, because I got to the top dude out there. They didn't want to give up, trade secret stuff. And I said, okay, so you can tell me the guy's name. Like you can tell me you can tell me the developer's name, Bill Gates. That that tells you nothing. They can't do it. So I've nailed them. I mean, I have nailed them, and it's hundreds of millions. I can just show you hundreds of millions of dollars they got spent. And you can see it on a graph. It's incredible. But that's the reason that all of this stuff that it's an incredible tale. I mean, I don't like these guys are when you got that much money to spend, you can do a lot of stuff like this, like what you're seeing. You're going to, these guys are experienced lawyers over there. These guys are professionals. So like they're doing it just when you first asked me, why are you on warrant status? And then you looked over and began. That's because these guys are they are orchestrating this whole thing. But the thing is that I got arrested outside the business school, and I went to school there. Like I got one of the highest. I think I got in financial accounting on the CPA. I got the highest score in the country. I got a 99. Anyway, so I know how to audit, and it's come back to bite him because I know how to do auditing. You know what I'm saying? And you'll see, like they can't produce the body cam audit logs. They should be able to do that, no problem. Angela Sinek, y'all's predecessor, she's in. I mean, the people are in on this, and I would be shocked if y'all don't receive some kind of offer from somebody, you know. But if y'all do civil law, I mean, all we got to do is just ask for an accounting, and they have to like. I can show where that I'm due an accounting because he was my partner. Uh, if y'all can get them to produce an accounting, and we should be able to do that because in, you know, partners' rights to information, I think it's 620.8403. Anyway, once they do that, if they can be forced into doing that, we're all rich and we can just retire right. Like you can just retire. You know what I'm saying? Because like it's a half of it's a $500 million probably. There's probably like on the order of $1 billion that's due to me. And if you were to do treble damages, we're talking over $1 billion. So I mean, if y'all want to get me an accounting, y'all can just pack up and stop working, and we'll all get a place or wherever. We'll have a villa wherever. That's what I'm saying. But y'all will get an offer. I guarantee somebody will get to y'all, and like you'll see that it's my contention that Stephanie Newland, Stephanie Morris, and all them are it's no accident that Barbara Hobbs just shows up in my it was Stephanie Morris in the beginning, and she showed up at 2:45 a.m. I mean, that was the first appearance was like at 2:45 a.m. And then later on, like you don't see that entry anymore. You see only Stephanie Newland comes back like a year later, and Barbara Hobbs handled the whole thing. So you're gonna, I mean, it's anyway. They don't do that for nothing. Like you're not gonna do that for zero. Like it's not worth it. It's not worth it for FSU police to go out there and arrest a damn alumnus. You know, that's a high risk maneuver. You know, because that's how they get a lot of funding. You know, it's stupid to go arrest the alumnus. And you'll see that they also stole my car. My car that you can see in the report, that Popple was saying that he was acknowledging that it had been a gift. You know, the car had been given to me. It had been given to me, and what's happening is that my mom and stepfather, or really my stepfather, coercing my mom to leave me stranded right there at the Call Street garage. That's what they're doing, and they will not. They refuse to look at the title to my car. Like that, the car had been gifted to me like 11 months before, 10 months before, and I had the title. I just hadn't taken it to the DMV yet, and they tell them to, you know, just leave me stranded, to tow the car away from there. My stepdad is coercing my mom. Is what you'll hear. This is what you're going to hear on the body cam. They say in the report, they say that I refused to provide documentation. I mean, you'll see that that's just a false. That's a provable lie that you're going to listen to. With the body cams show me that I'm denied access. Like they won't let me get in the car. They are coordinating, you know, towing it away. And that's what happens is they just tow the car instead of letting me produce the title to it and leave me stranded there for, you know, I was there walking around for 6 days before I could get rescued out of there. That's why I ended up getting trespassed. See, this is what I'm talking about. They are professional. What they do is get like what do they call it? Like a predicate or you know, you trespass somebody for whatever. You don't need a reason. And then later on, that's when they get you for, you know, they can get you for this, which is a real charge. But this was in the beginning of the pandemic, you know, so there's no place for me to plug my phone in out there. And, you know, they'd taken all my stuff. Like I was sitting there, you'll see that I'm they have all my stuff in that car, and I'm left just with nothing. And I couldn't plug, I was trying to effect a rescue out of the place. And I had to plug my phone in somewhere, and, because I don't live in Tallahassee, and I had to get out of there and I walked all the way down Tennessee, down to Chick-fil-A down there, and there's no public outlets available, and I finally just said, screw it, I know where one is at the business school. I'll just go there and plug my phone in and charge it. And of course that they were waiting. I mean, they were looking for me. Like you'll see, and I'm describing a lot of this stuff in the body cam that you will see also. I'm telling them about the fraud, the theft of trade secrets, the fact that I have talked to the FBI. Back then about just the theft of trade secrets, but now we're going to be able to add in public corruption, and there's a bunch of it. There's a bunch of public corruption here, and you're going to agree with what I'm saying, and the evidence will speak for itself. Anyway, I think I just went through a lot right there. Thank you for letting me vent right there. So, yeah, you're gonna go ahead. Go ahead. Uh-huh. Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yeah. They are in. The videos are in are in the PDF that I've already sent. Let me write down uh, Mason V. MacArthur. That's my public Facebook page. Maybe I should just send a link to that. But all my Facebook stuff is public, and the reason I've I've also got the Florida bar. The lawyers that are heading this thing up are they were they were on the board of governors at the bar back in the day. So they've gotten to the Florida bar, and you'll hear that. But anyway, I know it's an incredible tale, and I wouldn't believe it either. But when you see and hear, you'll think differently. Anyway, my public Facebook page is, I think you just do at Mason V. MacArthur, MacArthur, Mason V. MacArthur. And I've also got one called FSU V. Mason. And those are not actually mutually exclusive. You can't separate the theft of intellectual property from the stuff over here at FSU. So, you'll see it's all kind of one thing. And but anyway, the emails they will give you a good start right there. You'll see on the body cam they're lying. The police are lying. Anyway, I did leave this off, that when they did this stuff, when I was telling you about that, they took my car from me, and they are calling. Well, it's actually the Florida Highway Patrol that's calling over to Lynn Haven to coordinate. What they're doing is they tell Lynn Haven to just drive out to my parents' house to, they don't want an audit trail. They don't want a record of it. So instead of just calling over there, they drove out over to the house, and this guy Walsh, and you'll see him in the police report from FSU. They're saying Popple is describing. We called Lynn Haven, talked to Walsh, who's badge 53. He went out to do a welfare check on him. Anyway, so this all happened on October the 9th, okay? And then on about a month and a half later, 43 days, November the 22nd, it's getting close to Thanksgiving. My mom is, she's my mom. So she wants me to come back and, we'll try to work it out. or whatever, So I go back for Thanksgiving, or that was the idea. But anyway, that I'm asking her, I'm asking her about her brother, my uncle, who had gotten the police after me in Pensacola. Uh, so I'm asking my mom, you know, so what my mom tells me this matter of fact, like, oh, that was all Dennis that did that. Like, it's no big deal that her brother's trying to have me arrested. Anyway, so I'm asking her about this, and that's what started up the fight that day, and it's all on recording, and you can listen to it. And anyway, my stepdad comes out there, and they are willing. That's when they do the strong arm robbery. They're trying to get the phone from my hand because I had just recorded that conversation. That there's I'm proving it by recording it, and that's what they're wrestling me to try to get that phone from me. And anyway, so that was like 7 a.m. on November the 22nd, and then but you can hear, and I just got this like a month or so ago. I called Lynn Haven looking for the CAD reports and found out that there was a recording. You'll never guess, but Walsh, the same dude from 43 days before that had gone out there to do a welfare check, and on the radio song. Anyway, he's doing the bathe in the woods routine, acting like he doesn't know, he's calling him Mr. Futrell. He's really Dr. Futrell. But he's allowing my mom to sit there and perjure herself and just craft a story when he knows exactly, because he's the one that went out there 43 days before. Anyway, you'll see. I mean, that dude, I don't know how there's no defense for that really, but you'll see. And that's not included in what I sent you, but it's on my Facebook, and it's right there. You'll see. But it's a slam dunk. And Cody Popple, the dude at FSU, they don't mention a word about they don't say anything about the Florida Highway Patrol, when that's really who ran the whole thing, was Florida Highway Patrol. And you can see that on the CAD notes, because the supplement, or the police report, the internal police report, the Florida State police report. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. There was a point that I was going to make right there, but I forgot what it was going to be. Anyway, you'll see that the body cam will explain the whole thing. I mean, that's what. Yes, yeah, and let me just throw in another thing that. After all this stuff happened, I walked around for 6 days before I could be rescued. So somebody got me a bus ticket, and I got out of there finally. But anyway, I called back, and I recorded all the calls that I called back. I called 3 times, and the first guy he was on the level. It totally made it like. He was on the level. I explained the story right there. That was on the 26th of, it started on the 9th, and that was the 26th. Okay, and then I called again the 2nd of November, a week later, and spoke to Pelusic, who's an investigator over there. And then it went up to Sergeant Collier, and me and Sergeant Collier go at it, and I tear him a new one, and he just falsifies his stuff on the report. They should be looking at prison time. There's several people that should be looking at prison time over there, and that's the motivator, by the way, for Jason Newland is playing on the same baseball team. Softball team as these guys probably, and the wedding gift is what I call it. They can't produce the discovery. They couldn't produce it. They still can't produce it. And, Stephanie, when that stuff happens, that's when Stephanie goes and gets married to Jason. And I don't think that was you got to go to the clerk of the court's website to find that. I mean, you didn't. There was no wedding invitation sent out, I don't think, and you didn't see it heralded in the Florida Bar Journal. I'm certain. Like if you didn't go to the clerk of the court's website, you didn't know that. But anyway, I think I've said probably overloaded you, but y'all will see. This is the biggest case that y'all have probably now. I mean, if y'all want to get involved and get me in accounting, that'd be awesome, and we can just all retire. But y'all will see. Y'all will see. Sure. Either way, probably. I mean, are you talking about like how much notice are you going to give me before we do it? Oh, 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 y'all don't. Okay. Well, I'm just telling you right now. I saw that y'all had done discovery, requested this. Y'all need to just go ahead and send them over and say, because I've already done a lot of work. Like I've been dealing with this for 2 years coming up, and I can tell you that what's the deal? What the deal is that they couldn't produce the discovery, and when I caught Lauren Brooker, she was the public defender. What they're trying to do is sneak the discovery in after the bell, and I'm a damn forensic auditor, so I can see that shit coming from a mile away. And I said, no, send me an email. Send me this same email that they sent to me. You know, I want to see the date stamps on it, and they couldn't do it. Like, and they won't be able to do it because they've been trying to trick us. And so anyway, they will. That's what the routine has been, is to get each new attorney to start up the discovery again. But all you need to do, I've got the discovery already. Just go and ask for the audit logs on the body cam, and that will nail them. And just go ahead and just go ahead and push that out and get that on their plate, right? I mean, as soon as possible. And like we can talk whenever. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all whenever y'all want to. But do go ahead and ask for the body cam audit logs. It will nail them, and they'll know that they're nailed also. I mean, they are shaking in their boots about that, because it's going to prove a bunch of felonies against law enforcement. And it goes up to the general counsel. The general counsel, you can see me in an interview. Like normally, they don't do. This is bad PR for a university to trespass someone and steal their car. Like that's bad PR for a university. But it's gone all the way up to the it actually went to the general counsel in the beginning. But the thing is the general counsel allowed that evidence to be deleted. You know, they didn't tell me that they deleted the body cam until 500 and some odd days. Angela Cynic told me that. But the problem is that that's a felony. That's evidence tampering. And Angela comes in, and that's in one of those emails that I sent y'all. They deleted it, but the body cam audit logs will show who, when, who viewed it, the whole deal. It's even better than the body cam itself. You know what I'm saying? And I got enough of the body cam to see that to show something's going on, and you'll see. But anyway, the general counsel allowed that to happen. So it's gone up to the top of it's gone to the general counsel at FSU. So that's not a small thing. So you'll see. But yes, hey, it's nice to talk to you too. Thank you for letting me just vent right there. It's kind of cool talking to somebody that's on my side. So yeah. Awesome. Hey, I look forward to talking to y'all soon. Awesome. Okay. Okay. Cool. Hey, I'm on Central, by the way. So when I don't know. I'm in Texas, by the way. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I'll give y'all my address whenever. Yes. Okay. No, no, don't sweat. I mean, I probably won't even. I mean, I'm working all the time. So whatever. Call me. You can call me at 2 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't matter. All right. Hey, hey, good talking to you. Okay. Bye bye.